Good afternoon to all of my awesome friends. I'm joining in on another challenge. Biddy's monthly challenge started May 5th, 2021. This is another one of my awesome followers as you're seeing her video running in the background. She's so sweet and so real. I just love listening to her and I love her honesty. And I decided I'm going to join in on this monthly challenge. It's easy to do because the only rule for this monthly challenge is you find something you really love to do and post on it. Well, the rules are so simple, how could I turn it down? You know Grandma loves her fairy gardens, and she's trying to incorporate as many things as she can to do with fairies. So I will maybe be sharing other things that I love on this post monthly, but this month for May, it's going to be fairies. Because you know, one thing Grandma loves is a great fairy garden. And I'm trying to encourage you all, if you don't have a garden or don't have a yard, you still have a little cozy corner someplace in your home. Put a little miniature fairy garden there. So that's what my video is about. The cozy corner and a little miniature garden and a little miniature grouping with my fairies. Hope you enjoy this challenge for May 5th. Biddy's monthly challenge May 2021 is the hashtag. If any of you would like to jump in and do something today, feel free. If not, think about it for next month. It's going to happen every month. And I would love to see all of my awesome followers start joining in and helping this group. I, of course, love gardening, and this is a homestead type channel, but like I said, she doesn't care what you put the post up about, whatever is your passion and love. Well, let's look at what Grandma did. Hang in there, guys, it's coming. Good morning to everyone. Wake up, wake up. We're doing a new cozy corner. I am joining in with some of my awesome friends to do a challenge, and my challenge is going to be to turn this cozy corner from Alice in Wonderland into a fairy wonderland. Let's see what Grandma does. We're going to take everything out and clean it up and put it all back. Well, as you can see, the cozy corner has been cleaned out, wiped down, and ready for some more decor. We took all the Queen of Hearts and Alice in Wonderland accessories out, and now we're going to turn this into a fairyland. Let's see how it turns out. Well, I'm sharing with you how I'm going back to redo this cozy corner. Now, the mirror tray was there under Alice in Wonderland cozy corner, and so was this glass that I turned into a vase, and all the glass heavy beads will keep the flowers in place instead of styrofoam and looks a little prettier. And of course, my beautiful butterfly that I have been using for probably most of this year. I love it, and it looks great in the cozy corner, and it works into my theme of the flowers. I may move the butterfly in a different way, but it's going to stay in this corner. And the glass tray has only been here about a couple of weeks or a month. So I do have other trays, and I do usually use the smaller ones, but for this one I wanted to use my mirror one again because I'm going to use my beautiful fairy that's a ballerina, and we can see her reflecting in the mirror. Now, I had these in the cozy corner on the last vignette, and I decided I wanted to reuse them again because I love, of course, these beautiful purple ones. They're just beautiful, and then these have a yellowish green, and I thought it would go great with my ballerina that is yellow. And of course, we have these little yellow pieces also, and they're poking out of there. And of course, my beautiful yellow daffodils. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I'm not done bringing more silk flowers back. And the butterfly is coming back, but I thought I would try to work everything in first, and wherever there's a place, I'll put the butterfly. Well, as you can see, I put a few more florals in here. I'm staying in my theme of yellow and purple, and I put some more purple, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of white and yellow here, so we'd have a little more contrast. I think I need to have that show a little more. But I think I'm pretty happy how it's looking. I think if I had one more yellow bush to stick on this side, I'd be real happy. Let me go look and see if I can find something. I moved the flowers around a little bit more, and I think I like it better. I had a little bit of yellow here, and I moved these up where you could see them more. They're yellow and white to give a little more color and contrast. And I throw a little white piece here with a little bit of yellow to give a little more, and I think it looks better. What do you think? That's the fun thing about doing floral arrangements. You just keep tweaking it until you're happy how it looks. Well, I think I'm happy. It doesn't mirror each side, but I guess I really don't care either. It still looks nice. I lied. I added a few more flowers. Grandma's crazy. When it comes to flowers, she just keeps adding and adding and adding. Well, I don't know if I went overboard too much or not, but I better stop adding any more flowers or we're not going to be able to see the fairies. Well, what do you think how it looks? Looks like I have a bare spot there. Let me see if I can move it around. Well, I think I'm going to be happy and leave it the way it looks now. I did move the yellow flower from right here to up here to where I had a hole to fill it in, and I think it looks pretty nice. What do you think? I know I didn't do a mirror image on each end, but I guess Grandma doesn't really care because she's not going to mess with it. Sometimes I don't have enough pieces. I'm all done with my beautiful fairy vignette in my cozy corner in my kitchen. What do you think? As you can tell, Grandma is a little on the crazy side. Look at all the beautiful florals that Grandma put in this vignette. And I did get one piece of Mackenzie Childs into this vignette. My beautiful Mackenzie Childs butterfly. Love it so much. You're probably going to see that butterfly all the time. Grandma can't afford to buy a lot of expensive pieces, but she could afford the butterfly. And here is my new fairy that I got at the Goodwill for $5. Is she not beautiful? And look how she reflects in the mirror. Sorry about the little bits and pieces that fell off the stuff that I put in. Grandma blew it away. Make sure it was pretty. And you can see the beautiful Mackenzie butterfly reflecting in the mirror too. And I have this fairy that I've had for about 2 or 3 years, and this fairy, believe it or not, is about 6 or 7 years old. And I think this is a Dollar Tree fairy, if you can believe it. Let's see if we can turn her around where you can see her face. She was $1, and she's at least 6 or 7 years old. I've had her a long time. And believe it or not, she has been outside most of that time. I brought her back in because I love her in this container that I bought at Walgreens a couple of years ago. And I'm probably just going to leave her in the house now from now on because she fits in there perfectly. And believe it or not, this fairy came from a grocery store called Stater Brothers. And I've had her probably 2 or 3 years also. Maybe longer, I don't know. I have a lot of fairies. I didn't buy any fairies last year or any fairy supplies. So all my stuff's at least 2 or 8 years old. Well, what do you think? Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. And let me know if you think Grandma's a little on the crazy side about florals, as you can tell. And of course, I do love butterflies. I have one of my butterflies here. I've had it, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And this one is about 2 years old. And believe it or not, that butterfly is a napkin ring. And I do use it a lot for just putting in my floral arrangements because it works out so beautifully. And I have a pair of them because we all know Grandma does tablescapes for two. I'm not one to do big fancy tablescapes, and I have decided to just own what I am. I love beautiful, simple, floral tablescapes, centerpieces, fairies, and stop worrying about fancy. I'm not a fancy person, even though I have a beautiful mirror tray with all these jewels all about. I did buy a few pieces just in case I wanted to join in, but I thought everything looked beautiful reflecting in that mirror. But I did put some moss on there to finish it off like it's in a garden. Hugs and kisses to all my awesome friends. Thank you so much for joining in today on this challenge. Hope you enjoyed my fairy vignette. Oh, how I love it. So beautiful, and watching my beautiful ballerina dance for the other fairies.